Okay, so I've got three automated rules to control Facebook ads testing campaigns, and this can be for either one that you're selling like in e-commerce or courses or whatever, where you're tracking the return on ad spend, or it can also apply to lead campaigns where you're trying to generate leads. So I'm going to show you both. I like to remove all the emotion from my budget decisions and use rules based on dates and times to do it all for me automatically. You have to have your tracking properly installed and working. Preferably use the conversion API to get the most accurate results. But these can apply to like CBO, which is campaign budgets, or ABO, which is ad set budgets, equally. So I'm going to show you this. First thing, just make sure you have the word testing in your campaign, and then we're going to go up here. Now, first, we're going to assume that campaign, even though it's a lead campaign, we're going to say it is selling maybe a workshop or a course or a membership or something like that. So I'm going to create a new rule, and this is going to be based on ROAS. So I'm going to go like this, rule number 1, and this is going to run Tuesday and Friday at 12 o'clock a.m. and it's going to increase budget, by 20% if ROAS, return on ad spend, is greater than 2.5, and you can adjust that to whatever you want. And that's going to be for the last 3 days. Okay, so let's apply this to, here's where we use the naming convention. So we'll apply it to all active ad sets, because this is ABO in this case, and it's going to increase the daily budget by 20%, and you can put a maximum too. So let's say you're like, well, I only want to go up to like 1,000 maximum. That's fine. And it's going to be once daily, and this is where your ROAS is greater than 2.5. And also we have to hit add and then hit the plus and then go to settings. Campaign name contains testing. This way it'll apply to only campaigns that have the word testing in the campaign title. And range is last 3 days. Then we're going to do custom, and this is going to be Tuesday and Friday at 12 a.m. So you can see this is going to run twice a week, and it's going to increase the budget if I'm doing well on that ad set. Now, if you're doing a campaign one, you would do all active campaigns, and you would increase the campaign budget instead of the ad set budget. So I'll click create. That's good. And then I need another one too. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go rule number 2, create a new rule. And this is rule number 2. Let me click in there. Rule number 2, and this is Monday at 12 o'clock a.m., which is basically Sunday at midnight. And what I found is Mondays are usually my worst day. And if I have any chance at all to decrease a budget, I'm going to do it on like Monday at 12 o'clock a.m., which is Sunday at, midnight. Decrease budget by 40% if, in this case, ROAS is less than 2 over the last 7 days. So I changed this to go back a week because a decrease is a pretty big move, and I want to make sure I have enough data. So if I had a bad week, then I want to drop the budget. And then if Tuesday rolls around and it's back up, it'll bump it up again. Then Friday will bump it up again. Ideally, I hope that this one will go all active campaigns. I hope this one never runs because I don't want to drop my budget. I always want to increase my budget. So here I'll go smaller than 2. Click add. And then we have to hit that naming convention. So again, go to settings. Campaign name contains testing. So that'll drop the budget. And the time range is going to be last 7 days. And that's going to run custom. And we're going to run Monday, 12 a.m. So again, it'll decrease the budget if it's not doing well. Okay, so we're going to click create. That one will go. And then we go back here and we go create new rule, rule number 3, which is this one. This is the case where, let's say it's a testing campaign, and if you set your break even at like $20, and you said, I want to spend $20. If I don't get a sale, shut it off, which is not all that bad, but I want to run this continuously. So I'm going to put this continuous and this is going to be turn off ad set. So we're not doing a budget, we're completely turning it off. If spent is greater than 20 and purchase is less than 1, and this is lifetime. So this is when you're doing a new test with an ad set and you want to see, is that creative working, is a product selling? For e-commerce, this is very valuable. And let's go here, again, all active campaigns, and it's going to turn off the ad set. Oops, sorry. All active ad sets. Turn off ad sets, right? If spent is greater than 20. And we want to go to, not settings. Well, we can do settings, campaign name, contains testing, get that out of the way. And then purchase. So I'll hit this drop down, go to purchase. Could be results if you're optimizing for that. This one. Purchase on the metapixel is less than 1. Add. Time frame is maximum. It used to be a lifetime back in the day, now it's maximum. And we're going to run this continuously. And I know what you're thinking. Well, what happens if it gets a sale, but the tracking didn't add it to the account yet? Well, that's fine. We can go back and turn it on later. But we don't really need to worry about that too much. We just want to catch things before they get out of control. And this allows us to cap our spending on our new tests. So this isn't really a budget one, but in a way it is budget because it's going to affect how much you're spending, which is your ad budget, which is, important. So this one is when you're testing something and you want to see, I'll give it 20 bucks if it makes a purchase. If it gets a sale, good, keep running. If it doesn't, shut her down. So we'll create that one. And then what you can do now, you can go in here and you can go to manage rules. And you'll see your 3 that you did are in there. And these 3 are based on return on ad spend. But let's say you're doing a lead campaign. All that you would do is you would change rule number 1. So instead of, let's pop that up here. Instead of increasing the budget by 20% if ROAS is greater than 2.5, you would change this part right here to if, like, cost per lead is less than, say, $2. Okay. Now, meaning that you're getting leads for less than $2, so you're happy, so you want to increase the budget. And then you would go down here and you'd have to get rid of this. You have to add in, now you'd have to do a new rule. I'm just doing it in here, but go down to here. Cost per lead is less than 2. And you'd have to do a new rule. I'm just modifying this to show you, and that's over the last 3 days. And we can get rid of the 1,000 impression thing because it's only running twice a week. So that would be our new one for the cost per lead. Save that. Then rule number 2, we would have to edit that as well if we're doing cost per lead. And in this case, we'd say, okay, Monday, same time, but we decrease the budget if, in this case, our CPL, cost per lead, is greater than, say, $2.50 over the last 7 days. Maybe $3 over the last 7 days. Whatever, you have to figure out what your campaign, what your break-evens are, and the action is going to be, not turn off campaigns, that should be decrease budget. Oh, was the other one wrong? Okay, well, make sure you go through your rules and check that. So the minimum would be like maybe $5, run this once a day, not once hourly, once daily. And in here we get rid of the ROAS and we would add in, again, click that, go to meta cost per website conversion, cost per lead. And in this case, we'd say it's greater than 2.5, then we want to decrease the budget. And this would be based on the last 7 days again, leave that, and it would run on a Monday night. So that's fine. Don't know why it's not saying save rule. Oh, get rid of this maybe. Decrease daily budget, apply rule 2. Oh, that should be all active ad sets. Okay, so we'd have to fix that to all active ad sets. And then rule number 3, we would modify this one to say something like You know, how much you want to spend to get a lead in the first place. So if it's like $5 and you'd say leads is less than 1, then you would turn off the ad set. So here you go. Your spent is, in this case, $10. And again, you would do brand new ones for this. We'll remove that purchases and we'll add in lead. It could be results too that you can go with. We can go website first metadata and leads. It's smaller than 1. Can run continuously, and then we would save that. So now all I did was modify the 3 rules that you'd use. So basically you've got 2 rules. One will increase the budget on a Tuesday and a Friday. The other will decrease the budget on a Monday. And then you have one running all the time that's just checking to see your maximum break even. And if it's hitting that break even without either a lead or a purchase, then it would shut it down. So the use cases for this are very broad, but automated rules can help you. They can really save you a lot of money, because if you think about it, let's say Friday, you go away for the weekend and you can't check your ad account, or you just don't feel like constantly refreshing your ad account, or maybe you have like 50 creatives that you're testing and a whole bunch of different ad sets running, or a whole bunch of different campaigns running, and you're finding it difficult to track all the numbers on every one of them. These automated rules, especially these 3 core ones, which should be on every campaign, will help you big time. They'll help you manage things. They'll take a load off, and most importantly, out of anything, is they remove the emotional decision making that a lot of us do. We feel like if I just give that one a little bit more money, or if I don't know if I feel like increasing budget today, or I shouldn't decrease this because maybe next week will be better. We got to remove all that, and that's what automated rules do. So if you have any questions, let me know. This applies to like return on ad spend adjustments as well as lead campaigns too. Works very, very well. So go ahead and implement these, and you'll find you're getting more bang for your buck, basically. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.